So let me pull up UChicago's team here. Let me move all this down. Oh, whoops. Didn't want to do that. So this is one of their previous B teams. Who are they playing? Carnegie Mellon. The question is, have I streamed one of Carnegie Mellon's matches before? I might not have. In which case, I need to look up their colors. You want to commentate? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine. Here, let me look up CMU B. CMU. No. Carnegie Mellon's colors. Oh, they're in Pittsburgh. The Tartans. Is that like a... What kind of dog is that? Okay, it looks like they're red. It's like giving me plaid. Was it just red and white? We'll do red and white. It's kind of like a maroon or like a scarlet. I don't know. I'm not good with colors. CMU. Is it their A team or their B team? I should look it up. So UChicago B should be... Okay, CMU A versus UChicago B. Which means we will take this roster here. Let's go back to the scoreboard. Let's move these guys over. So Chess Jawa, we can hop on a call if you'd like. Here, we're gonna steal Stanford's thing. Let's you know what, it's okay. Dude, my apartment is getting too hot. Make the grid plaid. The tartan is a fabric design apparently. So we'll hop on a Discord call. I'll just call you or something. So we have a minute until the match starts, which is so much time. You're just kidding. Let's see. So I stole this red. Can I make it like a little bit darker maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh, both these teams are kind of reddish. UChicago is definitely maroon. Not that it really matters. Okay, is that actually UChicago's B team? Let me look it up. It's Dylan, Eric, Jay, and Wesley. Wesley. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's follow Chicago players, I guess. So let me follow them. Okay, so they have 2 of the games underway already. And let me hop on this call with the chess Jawa. Oh, hello. Are you following the players? Okay, so there are 3 games underway right now? Okay. Well, anyways. Ooh, Tarpon, 2,300. That's a strong B team player. So... Oh, looks like they started the 4th game, so that's pretty good. I think when I think of UChicago's players, the usernames that stand out the most to me would be yours and Microbear. Uh, you pronounce it Lichess? Yeah, I always just thought it was Lichess, but it doesn't really matter. It's interesting. Okay, so let me see. Do you know who the favorite in this match is? According to the standings? Okay. What's UChicago's mascot? Is it a bear? Oh, it's a phoenix? Huh. That's my main on Valorant. Okay, sorry. I'm done messing around now. Oh wow, we have a couple national masters. Wow. Okay, the ultimate hunter is 2,500. Um it makes sense though because Carnegie Mellon, this is their A team. So they don't have uh any stronger players. So UChicago does have an A team that's competing. I don't know if you've played yet or not. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Was that a close match or not really? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, looks like Ultimate Hunter is just gonna win a piece here. Why? I guess if the knight moved, there was still this e4 fork. Yeah, just moving the knight. Um, yeah, because like if you move the knight and then e4, the problem is you can't sack the knight for 2 pawns because f takes opens the rook on the queen as well. So, um, yeah, Ultimate Hunter should be able to win this. I think. Do you think Ultimate Hunter's gonna sweep all 4 rounds, or do you have faith in your team's top players? Yeah. Okay. On chess.com or USCF? Okay. Okay. Because Ultimate Hunter's at 2,500 players, so that's pretty high. Oh, is he dropping? No. Has your team done any prep work looking into these matches? Like, have you looked through Ultimate Hunter's games, or do you know if your teammates have? How'd you do against Mizzou? Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's rough. Oh, can they not?
There's no penalty for losing against a GM. It's just a fun match for me.
I had you muted this whole time. So
Interesting.
you want to repeat our entire conversation? I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I don't think that'd be possible. Sorry about that,
Yeah.
you guys. But yeah, I changed my setup from a different stream, and then I'm back to my like usual setup. So then all the settings got changed.
Okay.
But yeah, those of you that don't know, this is Chess Jawa, who is a player on UChicago's A team.
It's board four of the A team.
Have you played on the B team at all or no?
So I played on the B team last year, and
Okay.
I was board two or board three of the B team. I don't remember.
Wow.
Um,
So has your school lost some strong players in the last year?
yeah, yeah, we lost. Morrow MP graduated, Kale McCormick graduated, and George Lee is taking a gap year. Um,
Ah,
and then last year also Eric was placed higher than me on the
mm,
seedings. So,
okay, cool.
and I also played on the B team at Pan Am's because they used USCF ratings, and Dylan's USCF rating was higher than mine because he's 2100 USCF and I'm only 1950. So
Okay, cool.
yeah,
So,
so I have played on the B team a fair amount.
okay, Ultimate Hunter got their first
Yeah,
win.
yeah,
So
was in was a nasty position after uh
not
E4.
unexpected. So, yeah, I mean, it's really strong pawn center for black and able to convert that. So, anyways, I'm kind of looking at I blundered my queen. They just resigned. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
black was threatening a fork, and there's just no time.
yeah, and Rook
So
B2 also looks really strong. Rook B2 is trapping the queen.
yeah. Okay, so both top boards get a win against the bottom boards. So it's tied 1-1. Now I'm looking at Jayala versus John. So this is somewhat close
Yeah,
matchup, 2100 versus 1900. A strong 1900. So I'm sure
yeah,
Jayala's been at 2000 before.
and the Rook on C2 doesn't have many squares. I'm not sure if it's ever gonna be able to be trapped, but
Yeah, it's hard to attack it on a light square,
yeah,
because the knights kind of rely on each other to protect each other. So
yeah.
it,
The only way to attack it would be like King F2, King E3, King D3, and that's a little bit slow. And then Bishop B5 happens.
yeah,
Yeah. So I guess what is black?
yeah, you
Yeah,
could just
you
trade
could
off
just trade.
rooks.
I was wondering if black was ever, if the trade didn't happen, if there was ever going to be like an E5 threat.
Now the rook is hit. The bishop's come off the main diagonal. And now...
Just rook c2. I think the pin is going to be annoying, so maybe just rook d1.
Yep, that's
Okay.
what Jay plays.
And now you have to worry about bishop takes f6 if you're black.
Yep, so we have e5 just hitting the bishop. Probably like,
Yeah.
you want to go like
Bishop.
f2?
I would
Or
probably play
b6.
bishop f2. Yeah.
Okay, so bishop back. So black has the bishop pair, but white has a time advantage.
Yeah, and the d6 pawn is going to be a target for white.
Yeah, so d6 is weak. Probably white wants to bring in the knights in some capacity now. So,
yeah. Well, the problem is if you go knight d5, then it's going to be hard to get the other knight to c3. Because, like, that's where you want a knight on d5, I think.
yeah, so bishop attacks the knight. The knight can move, or the bishop can go back. You could also play g5 if you're crazy. Okay, bishop check. You could block with the bishop or move the king. So you probably want to move the king.
Yeah, I would go king f1, and then knight d5 is a threat. Because you're threatening the bishop and you're threatening e7.
That makes sense. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea for white. So how does black deal with this?
g5. Oh, but they missed.
Okay, so he goes back.
Yeah. I think black had to play g5 so that the knight on f6 stayed defending. Yeah, now black's really locking down the d5 square. Jay puts his knight there anyway, but I think it's losing a pawn now.
You can't save the d5 square.
Yeah.
Because there's no knight c3.
But now knight e4
now you
and
can't
you're
save
taking
d6. Yeah, but now a2 is hanging. Okay, attacking e5. The king is coming in. Ooh, the knight goes backwards, attacking b3.
I think if I was black, I would play a5 so that white's knight is kind of trapped there too. Because if this becomes a king and pawn endgame, it's good for black.
Yeah, I think black is just better. Obviously up a pawn, but yeah,
it looks like
black knight gets out.
It looks like on the other board, Micro Bear is winning pretty easily.
Yeah, up a queen, so I'm sure you can't complain.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is looking... These teams are actually somewhat evenly matched.
Yeah.
Which is good to see.
This endgame is very hard for white to play.
For sure. So you're losing the h pawn. And... Okay, you're getting the a pawn, but there goes the f pawn.
But you lose every pawn on the other side of the board.
There goes the g pawn. Okay, you get the e pawn. So it's 3 pawns versus 1.
Yeah, but it's an outside passed pawn.
Yeah, and another major difference is that the black king is guarding the only passed pawn that white had. But now that they trade the pawns, this white king is getting...
Yeah, but f3.
Yeah, f3 is too much.
Yeah.
So now f2.
Yeah,
G5,
the pawns are going.
G4 and G3, and then F2, and this is game over.
And you don't even have any tricks with the knight. Yeah, knight E3.
All right, so John
G2.
gets that, and Micro Bear wins his game. So
okay, so it should be 2-2.
Yep. So the top boards from both teams get the wins.
No upsets today.
Not in that round, at least.
Yeah.
So now we have round 2. Looking at Micro Bear versus Blunder My Queen. So
he's playing a Rui Lopez, basically the same as how I would play it.
You taught him this?
Oh no.
Has he taught you this?
No.
This is just common theory.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you a national master? No, you're 1900.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm a 1950.
Okay, but on
So
chess.com, you're like, what,
yeah,
2300?
yeah, I was 2390 2 days ago.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I am back at 2300.
Yeah, it happens. I was last night in Bullet, I think I was like 2160 and now I'm 2050 or something. So
Yeah,
it
it
happens.
it was unfortunate. I got there and was I had a game where I was playing against an NM, and I was like, he played an opening that was just losing, and it was like move eight. The computer valued my position as +9, and I mess slipped my queen and
Mm.
resigned.
So
And then
you took a page out of I blundered my queen's repertoire.
I really did. And after that, I decided to try and keep playing, and that was not the correct
Just went
idea.
downhill from there.
Yes,
So
but
I
it's all right.
like
It's all right. It'll come back.
for sure. You're gonna get. Are you planning on getting an NM title eventually?
Um, I mean, I would like to, but I think this is the longest that I've been without playing a tournament game since like I started playing chess. So it's it's not looking good at this point. I would like to. At the very least, I would like to get the expert title. Um, and I
So I mean,
believe
you're
that
only like 50 rating away.
yeah, and even not the last tournament I played, but the one before that, I went from 1920 to 1960. So I should hope hopefully it won't be that hard.
You
I've been
got it.
doing better online. Yeah.
Easy. Anyways, I like Micro Bear's position a lot, just attacking the pin knight on f6 twice.
Yeah,
And he's only spent 5 seconds.
it's certainly irritating for black to play here. Like knight takes f6 and bishop h6. You don't even need to take it now. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
you
just
could
knight
just
at
maintain the
h4.
tension.
Yeah. I'd be curious. I always try and get a knight. Like, then if you get a knight on f5, it's always very strong in these positions. And I don't think that's really going to happen here. Knight h4 and it just gets taken. But I still think knight h4 and maybe trying to play queen f3 and
Yeah,
just pile up on
exactly.
the pinned
Just
piece.
opening up the queen's diagonal. So, yeah, if you take right now, you do damage the pawn structure, but you could try to go for more because black simply has no moves.
Yeah, I don't think black is ever going to be able to get out of this pin.
Yeah.
Because if the queen ever moves, then knight takes f6, bishop takes f6 is incredibly scary, especially now with the threat of queen h6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so black can never even play h6 because then you're just losing even more.
Yeah.
So we could look at another game. We could look at maybe John versus Wesley.
John versus Wesley.
Is it Wesley Gao or Gao?
Wesley Gao.
Because
I believe it's Wesley Gao, but I'm not entirely sure.
imagine if it was Wesley Gao. It'd be just like
Oh,
Wesley
like Wesley
So.
So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they.
It took me a moment to get
Yeah,
there.
just thinking of
All right.
some strong chess players. Anyways, according to the engine, White has
Bishop g5. Yeah.
one strong move.
Yeah. And like the other game, that pin is just really annoying. And rookie 8 is forced, and then knight d5, and you can't
Yeah, the
do
f pawn
anything.
is pinned, so yeah, bishop
Yeah.
and knight here, and yeah, knight d5. Yeah, so will White see this? 2100 versus 1800, and he does
He
play the
does. Yeah.
move, and he has about half the time, but yeah, should be winning a piece here, which is really devastating.
Yeah. And I don't think time is that big a factor with the 2 second increment. I mean, for someone rated 2100 in Blitz, you're not going to flag, I don't think. You might blunder in time pressure, of course, but
Yeah, the time definitely makes a difference, but like you said, the 2 second increment helps a lot in time scrambles. So I think the higher rated player here, John, is going to be
yeah.
just fine. They did spend some time, but they used it wisely to find the right move. That was like the only winning move that White had.
Yeah.
Obviously, the
And
follow up is knight d5.
yeah, and like c4 is keeping black in the game a little bit, but it's hard. Oh, it's not really even keeping black in the game a little bit because knight or rook e8, knight d5. If c4, knight takes e7, and if you move the king, then like knight takes g6 and you win the queen too.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Oh, Dylan won his game. Tarpon versus Blunderboy.
Yeah, that
What
was an
happened here?
early resignation. So looks like a
Oh,
lost rook. Yeah.
yeah, the rook got trapped in the corner.
And what sucks is you can't even like block with the knight to save the rook because bishop takes knight with the fork.
Yeah,
But like
check.
also the bishop wasn't even like trapped at all.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Hmm.
good look at Micro Bear. His opponent only has 20 seconds.
Okay. Micro bear. Oh, it's this game still. Ooh, the H files opened up. That is scary. So yeah, like I like bishop takes f6 and then just queen h6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
not
so
sure. Rook g- and if rook g8 to stop the mate, is knight takes f6 mating.
looks like Micro Bear's going for it.
Oh yeah, and I think it's just forced mate here because the threat of queen g7 and knight takes f6 are just strong.
Yeah, the knight on f6 is also going to work with the rook, so you could have a queen sacrifice. So,
Yeah, and it looks like that might happen. Oh, well,
yeah, just
no, not
either
quite,
way.
but
All right, so again, Chicago's top two boards getting the job done.
yeah, and it looks like that that line. Uh, oh, it didn't happen after in the game between John and Wesley. Wesley played knight takes b3 instead of going rook e8.
Yeah, you probably saw that knight d5 was coming and couldn't do anything. So,
Yeah, it's a big threat.
so knight d5 lands anyways, and the threat is probably just knight f6, trying to trade off the dark square bishop
Yeah.
for the knight.
Well, when knight
So,
f6 has the bigger threat that if you trade off the dark squared bishop, it's just bishop takes f6, queen h6.
yeah, the
Um,
queen and bishop are working together for mate there. So, black gives up the rook for the bishop, and now knight takes with check.
yeah, knight takes with check and h7 might also be falling if
The
uh,
knight's gonna come to
knight g5
g5.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So John should win this game against Wesley, and the ultimate hunter is in a very interesting position against Jay. So
yeah,
Jay has about half the time, and White has a lot of pressure on e6.
yeah. I guess you have to play bishop d5, right?
Yeah, bishop d5 looks like the only move, and it's kind of a crazy move, but it's ooh, now rook takes
Ooh,
e6 just wins the queen. So Jay
yeah,
couldn't find this defensive resource, but bishop
yeah,
d5 cuts off the queen and rook protection, as well as defends e6 in that one moment. So yeah, now queen b6, bishop c6 block.
yeah. Queen takes
Yeah,
a6.
queen take. Okay, queen
Oh,
takes anything.
yeah. The pawns
Yeah.
are just falling.
So the ultimate hunter probably gonna win this game, but yeah, that bishop d5 move would have been a really nice find from Jay. That game would have been awesome to see how that would finish. Anyways, do you play bishop c6 and then queen d6, and then king f7?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to coordinate here, and
Okay, so John
a
won his game.
yeah b4 and a4 are coming.
So yeah, it
Um,
looks like the first half of this match, the top two boards for both teams are just gonna beat the bottom. Oh, now Queen B7 wins the rook. No, would you play Bishop D7 here?
Bishop D7.
Hey, I think Bishop
In
D7 is a better try than resigning. I'll just say that much.
in case of the pre-moving,
Oh yeah,
probably what would happen is my opponent plays Bishop D7 and then I'm the one pre-moving Queen takes C8.
I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. Anyways,
Someone did that kind of thing to me in Pan Am's.
oh yeah, like
Um,
over the board.
no, not over the
Oh,
board in the
this
online one.
this last one. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh, John.
I have
Yeah,
20 minutes in a rapid tournament. I don't know. I don't believe in that kind of thing.
I think blocks with
But
rook actually is better because if you block with a bishop, you will lose both the bishop and the rook if they don't fall for it. Whereas if you block with a rook, if
yeah,
they don't fall for it, you're only losing a rook. So John in the chat with a good observation. I don't think it's the same John. Forgot where's John Stuckey? John Stuckey. I don't think. Are you a college player? Oh, and John Ken as well. A lot of Johns. Anyways, this is the beginning of the second half. This is the third round. So we will now have boards 1 versus boards 2 and boards 3 versus board 4. So less of a mismatch. So I think we will start to see some upsets here. So far, dead even, 4-4. Both these teams very evenly matched. So yeah,
splitting every round. Exciting.
yeah. So we will see. Now, let's see. What are some of the closer matchups? Oh, we could look at the two national masters going at it: Micro Bear versus Ultimate Hunter.
Yeah. Eric choosing not to go for a Rui Lopez this time.
So this is
Switching to opening up.
this is an Italian Joko piano with the D3 line. D3 is like main line now. A lot of people like to play D4, but apparently D3 is like slightly better for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know the theory because I don't play Knight F6. I play Bishop C5. Obviously that stops D4 at least right away. But Rook E1, and I think this position. I think it looks good for Black because Black has all the pieces developed to the center.
Yeah, Black is slightly ahead in development, which is obviously good, and especially with the black pieces. But I think both sides are definitely very solid still. I think this has to still be like theory.
Yeah, it certainly might be theory.
Oh, I've forgotten to change the stream title. Thanks for pointing that out, John. Oh wait, no, I thought I did. Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, it still says LSU versus USC.
Okay, so this is CMU A versus UChicago B. Do you know what division this is? This is D2.
Yeah, this is D2.
So, fun fact, there are only 4 teams or 4 schools in the league that were able to have 3 teams in the top 3 divisions. So, an A team in D1, a B team in D2, and a C team in D3. Those 4, I believe, were Yale, MIT, UCLA, and UChicago. And of those 4, 2 of them were able to get their top 2 teams into the playoffs, UChicago and UCLA. So I think from the UCLA side, we were talking a little bit about how difficult it is to get all 3 teams into the playoffs because none of the 4 that had 3 in the top 3 divisions were able to do it. And a large part of that is because you need 12 players consistently each week to show up and compete. And if anyone's missing, that's going to have a large toll on your roster.
Yeah,
So,
co-
do you care to
coordinating with
comment on like how UChicago handled the top three teams?
Yeah, I was gonna say coordinating for us was really rough because we would have a lot of weeks where we would have, 13 or 14 people that could play, but we'd have the people that would be playing on the B team wouldn't have times that could match up. And we'd only get like 11 people that could actually play that week because the B team schedules conflicted, which, was taking people from the C team. And it was it ended up being very difficult for us to maintain, you know, three teams, but also three, solid teams, just because, scheduling conflicts, especially around exams, meant that, we were losing people from the B team, which meant
Mm-hmm.
that the C
The
team
C
was
team
losing
player would
people.
move up. Yeah. So like it's very similar to UCLA. So like U Chicago and UCLA, the only two teams that had their top or two schools were the only two schools that had their top two teams make the playoffs in both divisions 1 and 2. So I assume it's definitely got to be somewhat similar, or similar, yeah, experience. But basically, our C team was a team that I was always like falling behind because we would pull players up. But what's interesting is that the other two schools that have the top three teams in the top three divisions, they they did not have their top two. They had, I think MIT might have not had their top team in, but like their B and C teams made it or something. And Yale had like their A and C teams make it, but not their B team. Uh,
Yeah,
but what's really interesting is that UCLA was actually on paper like the top team in their group, and they ended up not even making the wild card weekend. So that was kind of interesting as well.
was for their C team.
Yeah, UCLA C team was the top in their
Yeah,
division. So Blunder Boy gets a win out of Wesley. So that is the first point from a bottom board or the bottom two boards. So Carnegie Mellon pulls ahead here 5-4. And I've
yeah,
just been watching Micro Bears game this whole time.
yeah. It's an interesting game. Um,
Yeah,
the
like
night the night on D3 is really strong, I think.
yeah, guarded by that bishop. So it's pretty annoying. It doesn't have really any flight squares though, but black is trying to open up with a5. And now, yeah, Micro Bear's trying to get two pieces for the rook, but now knight takes on
Knight takes
b4.
B4, yeah.
Should be good for black. So white early on gave up their light square bishop to double isolate the c pawns. So white potentially can try to target that in the long run. But yeah, I think maybe taking on a4 was better, or not a5. I don't know if Micro Bear just didn't like
Yeah.
that.
I would like to be able to put the knight onto C5, but obviously knight A4 right now loses to bishop C2. But I think that might be a plan at some point.
Yeah, probably like maybe you could go rook to c1, but then like the knight will come back to d3.
Yeah.
So it's pretty annoying. So now he's just going after c7. Maybe rook e7.
It looks like Dylan's game versus John is potentially about to become some kind of attack. Dylan
Yeah.
just played F5 and is going to try and break through on the king side, I assume.
Yeah, John just grabbing on a2. Very, very greedy. Or no, not
There,
even
there was
grab.
there
So
wasn't a
no, no,
pawn on
no.
A2,
It's
yeah.
funny. I just looked back. So yeah, f5 hitting the bishop, and now Dylan's b5 bishop is hanging, but instead he takes on g6, and black does not even take the bishop, just taking back on g6. So very interesting.
So
Bishop comes back.
Dylan's down 2 pawns, but he seems to have sacrificed them in the opening.
Yeah, so he's down 2 pawns, and he's down on the clock as well, about a minute, which is tough.
Yeah. I
But
assume probably queen f2. Oh,
oh,
no,
so
rook
he
e1.
goes, yeah, rook e1. I was thinking like rook f3, just to go to h3. But then the bishop comes back to e6. So that's kind of annoying. So now the queen's hit. The queen comes out to g4. There's some pressure on the knight.
Yeah. Is knight f5 a threat? Oh, no, it's just free after
Mm,
bishop e6.
the bishop takes, yeah. Okay. I'm hearing some draw offers. Ooh, Ultimate Hunter offered micro bear draw. Would you take that? He's
In
down on the
this
clock.
position.
So it looks like we have opposite color bishops, so probably a
Yeah.
draw. Equal pawn structure.
I don't think I would take it in
You would
this
play on
position.
given the time control
Yeah.
or the time
Given the
advantage.
time control. Yeah, and also like rook h7. I don't know. Like I think the game will end in a draw, but
But you
especially if
should
I'm
play on,
playing
right?
a yeah, especially if I'm playing a 2500, right? Like let's just keep playing. I don't lose anything.
Well, you are
Yeah.
playing on the team. The match is important. What do you think about rook f7, bishop to f8?
Uh I think if you play rook f7, they'll play king g6 and you just go back. And
We'll
he goes
see.
for it.
I guess worth a
Um
try.
yeah.
Yeah, king back to g6. Yeah, the king h6 move is kind of weird, right? Oh, he's going for rook
Oh
trade, so
well.
that will surely be a draw.
Yeah. Okay, so now he's decided he wants the draw.
Yeah, so this is akin to offer a draw, and yeah, ultimate just
Yeah,
takes it.
Ultimate Hunter takes it.
Another draw offer though, and micro declines. So you
I,
never
I don't
know.
think I don't think he sees it.
And
He's just moving.
well, if he's listening, you hear it.
Maybe.
Also, in time pressure, you never know. Ultimate Hunter's like internet could go out or anything really.
Yeah. It's.
Would you play h4 here?
I was thinking about playing f4.
f4 is also an idea.
It's one of those things where like h4 maybe just to get my pawn off of that square, but I'm not sure. Like none of the moves I don't think do anything. So
Okay, f3. Baby stepping f4 maybe.
yeah, maybe wait. What I might do is see if I can get him a little bit lower on time and then play king d2.
Yeah, I think the moves are coming in quickly enough that they
Yeah.
are gaining time. Oh, so Dylan won his game against John, actually, which is awesome. I think he was down
Wait,
two
what?
pawns, right?
Yeah.
So he sacrificed on g6, wins the piece
Oh
back,
yeah.
and now he's just up a piece. Yeah, so that was and then he wins the queen too.
Wait, how did he get up a piece in the first place though?
He
Oh, right after we stopped looking, after queen h4, John played queen h5 and just hung the knight on
blundered the
d4.
knight on d4. That is unfortunate.
That's
And
unfortunate. Yeah.
actually, John was up a minute to 20 seconds at that point. So that was very bad blunder for Carnegie, which is good for UChicago. Ooh, let's look at Jay versus blundered my queen. Oh,
This is
actually,
another. Rook e8 promotes the pawn. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. There's a
our
bishop
pawn
there.
now is up to 3 for 3. Okay, what is going on here?
The king's walking up, I think. Jay doesn't even care about his bishop. Yeah, bishop f3, and I don't think you can stop the pawn. Oh, well, there goes a
There
rook.
goes the rook, yeah. Yeah, blundered my queen, blundered her rook as well. No,
Okay, and
okay.
the
Oh,
micro
and
bear
micro
game can get
variant. Yeah, okay. So that was a good swing for Chicago. They lost the initial point, but then
yeah.
just J won, and then micro bear
Deal.
and Ultimate Hunter got a draw. So really solid round for Chicago there. They're up now 6.5 to 5.5 going into this
Dylan,
final round.
Dylan got the nice comeback in his game.
Yeah, so Dylan had the comeback. Micro Bear got the draw against Carnegie's highest rated player, and uh the board threes traded wins between Carnegie and Chicago. So the bottom boards, Ashley and Wesley, both haven't won a game yet. So
And this is still theory in their game.
okay, so Wesley hits the knight, and then where's the knight go? Back home or to
Mm,
a5?
no, I think the theory is like castles. I think.
That's actually insane.
But like you get a pawn on d3, their king is on f1. Like you're down a piece, but it looks really scary. I don't know if that's actually correct though.
Well, according to the computer, it's the second best move after knight a5.
Yeah.
So apparently it's castles, castles. This the second line that's being suggested.
Knight a5 is the same move, I think.
The
If you
same,
don't
yeah.
know,
I mean,
if you've not memorized theory, I think you play knight a5.
knight a5, queen e2, bishop e6. Okay, knight back home to b8.
Yeah, but now takes on g7. Do you play queen e7 check first? That was the question.
Queen e2,
Or queen e2, yeah.
bishop e6, and then take on g7. And then rook to g8. Yeah, I think Wesley should be doing fine here, as he can take on g7.
Yeah, take on g7 and knight g5 is a threat. I guess you probably can't get away with knight g5 right now, can you? Maybe just take on d4. Because I think allowing d3 is really annoying. You might still be fine, but I don't want them to play d3.
So,
I'm not sure I like taking that way. I probably would take with the pawn.
has Wesley played on the B team so far this season? Because I know that Oliver is another B team player that you guys have.
Yeah, Oliver, I think, only played one or two matches. He's mostly been busy on Saturdays, so Wesley has been playing on the B team.
Okay.
I believe that Wesley's only played on the C team the one match where you commentated Oliver playing on the B team.
So I'm looking at earlier in the season, you guys played against University of Illinois, and it looks like you guys won that in overtime.
The B team did, yes.
Yeah, and Oliver won 3 out of 5, and Micro Bear won 5 out of 5.
Yes, Micro Bear carried us that match.
Yeah, that's a good feeling when you barely get a win and a player just like Micro Bear really shines through.
Yeah, I believe that match, Dylan came late. I think he was at the gym when the match started.
Okay, yeah, because he only had 1 out of 5 on that one, but you guys were still able to win.
Yeah. I guess I was going to suggest knight c3 and just hang mate in 1, so probably don't do that.
Yeah, probably don't want to give up g2, either queen takes or rook takes. So g3 and f3 seem like the most reasonable responses, but probably g3 is best.
I I would go g3 or f4, I think.
Oh yeah, f4 is another idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now d4 is potentially hanging, but oh no, there's bishop
No, bishop
b2
yeah.
is a skewer. So blundered my
Um,
queen might blunder their exchange here. No, they
yeah, but
don't.
no, just knight d7
Yeah,
is,
trying to castle queenside, which makes a lot of sense.
and now I think I like knight c3. Knight c3 with the idea of if queen d4 you go bishop to b2 and you've got that threat.
The Truth ICC in the chat saying let's go U of C. Which is, I'm assuming, University of Chicago.
I assume so as well.
Do you know who the Truth ICC is?
I do not.
A mystery Chicago fan.
Maybe they will tell us.
Oh, have you guys played University of Illinois at Chicago yet?
No, I don't believe so.
They made the playoffs in the quarterfinals already, so they had to bye this weekend. But I forgot what division they're in. But I thought it was interesting. There's like 3 teams from Illinois. There's Urbana-Champaign, UChicago, and University of Illinois at Chicago.
Yeah.
Which I actually
Was
didn't. I had not heard of UIC until this year when they applied to play. Ooh,
University of,
D5 now.
yeah, d5 is
So
d5 is
blundered my queen, blundered their bishop. Oh yeah, Northwestern's also in Illinois. My bad. Do you guys have any rivalries?
I think kind of generally we have a rivalry with Northwestern. Um, but I think our rivalry is more just with every Ivy League school. Because we're not one of them.
Yeah, so like you guys and like MIT are kind of paired up with the same, like the A group, with which has like every Ivy League in it.
Right.
So I think when you're in the same group, there's a lot of those teams. Over time, eventually you'll start feeling the rivalry, I guess.
Yeah, I don't follow college sports enough to know what rivalries Chicago has, even though
Well,
I go
yeah,
there.
I don't think people really consider UChicago as like a sports school.
No. I
Like
mean, we do have football now.
now, you didn't.
Yeah. So I bel so like Chicago won the first it's Heisman Trophy, right? That's
Oh, really?
and then later abolished their football program.
Yikes.
Um, and so like we don't have any football rivalries because of that, but the football program is back. But obviously, Chicago is not playing in like major tournaments for football. So
So yeah, I think UChicago is the only Illinois team last season, and then this season now we have 4, which is pretty cool.
yeah,
So
it's always weird when I look at the teams at Pan Am's, and they're like 16 teams, all from St. Louis.
yeah, I mean St. Louis is obviously, and
All
now
of the teams in
Mizzou.
St. Louis. Yeah, it's St. Louis and Texas where there are all the teams.
Ooh, Islander in here cheering on UChicago. Islander, were you the 4th board from USC's B team?
Yeah, he just
Probably.
finished his match.
So now Islander
Oh,
369 cheering on
Mike
Chicago
Micro Bear just won a piece in his match.
against John. So Micro Bear also might go undefeated. Only one
It's
draw.
it's mate now, so
Oh god. Yeah, there's mate. Plus the queen on top. Like if needed. So John. John going down to the Eric Hahn. So rook f3 there. And yeah, Micro Bear 3.5 out of 4 today. So solid performance. And let's look at Tarpon versus Ultimate Hunter. So this is the top board. And with that, UChicago only needs 1 win out of the 3 games to clinch the win against Carnegie.
yeah, Tarpon's got queen takes
Yeah.
a2. Bishop h6 is not a threat because of knight g5. Bishop h6. But
Well, knight g5 and then... Nah, I guess you're right.
yeah, there's pressure on f7, but White's just going to be able to play h4 and solidify, I think. Oh, well, now is bishop h6 a threat? I don't. It looks like it just wins in exchange, right?
Apparently there is knight
Oh,
to...
knight g4, yeah. Knight g4.
Oh, because you're threatening the fork back, right? Yeah. Okay. But still, I think trading down would be good for black anyways, right?
Yeah. I would take on f4.
Yeah, take on f4. I mean, you're hitting the queen and the rook. Okay,
Oh,
queen
he goes
check
for the check
first.
first.
And now bishop takes. And then...
Do you have... I was wondering if there was weirdness if you could play like king to g7. No, he just goes
right
bishop
then
back.
and there. This is really interesting.
I
Yeah.
like f5, just trying to cut off where white's rook can go and force the knight back as well.
Yeah, I think f5 is a bit committal as well, though. So you do create some weaknesses. So that, yeah, this trades down the bishop, and maybe now king g7. But
Yeah,
then maybe
G7.
queen e5 is just gnarly. So probably you don't want to step into that. So the queen goes here. I would have maybe... Okay, the queen probably wants to come back and guard the dark squares.
Yeah.
Both
and
sides,
maybe,
very low time.
yeah, he's just going for the a4. Okay, so Jay lost his game too.
Ooh, Jay lost to Blunderboy. So Blunderboy gets a point, bringing it close. So Carnegie needs to win out these last two games for the win. UChicago
it looks
only
like
needs...
the pawn is just going down the board. Now f5 happens.
Okay, to defend h7. Let's look at Wesley. Only 5-7. Oh, wins an exchange here. So yeah, Wesley should be winning this as well.
Yeah,
Just has to watch the clock.
Very good position. He's gonna be... He takes a d3, and now rook d8's a threat.
Yeah, taking d3 would have been great. But now...
Now, he had
Oh,
queen d5
so
and
Dylan
bishop
won.
f4.
Dylan won by checkmate. The promotion happened. So, yeah, Dylan taking down the ultimate hunter. And Dylan went flawless. So 4 for 4. Micro Bear 3.5 out of 4. So between the two of them, they got 7.5 points. Yeah, and with Wesley's win, this match is now over. So 9.5, 6.5 ultimate score. Carnegie kept it tied 4-4 after the first two rounds, and ultimately the board mismatches were too great in the final two rounds.